Hey guys, how's it going? Hope everyone's having a good trading week so far. As I mentioned, I would not be trading for the rest of the year. But I just thought I'd do this trade breakdown, which literally happened today. Okay, but I'm going to take it back to the weekend and the weekly breakdown, and just work in steps as to how you could have got into this trade. Okay, so on a weekly breakdown, I said, from a 4-hour standpoint, we had a shift, I label everything. We had a major BMS. And then price broke structure again to the upside. Use this wick as liquidity to then come into this demand zone and we then broke structure again to the upside from here. Okay, so we broke the supply zone. Okay, cool. Then one thing I didn't mention, I'm not sure if I did mention it or not, but we've got this high here which should get taken at some point. Okay, so this high is basically liquidity that should be getting taken at some point. Okay, now then I mentioned that we ended up reacting from this wick. We ended up reacting from this wick. With the show, yep. Okay, and we had this nice reaction. Okay, so let's jump down to the 15-minute. And what we wanted to see, okay, I'm just going to bring this in, is either some sort of a reaction from this wick here, or maybe this demand zone here. Okay, so let's just play price out. Okay, let's just play price. So we're in our first point of interest. Okay, and at this point, if you wanted an entry, go down to your lower time frame, and if there is a valid entry for you, take it. Okay, play price out again, and we can see price completely, went past this zone. Okay, completely violated it. Now there was definitely an entry here for this move that's coming up. Okay, which happened on Monday. Okay, and I've shared that on the Telegram. Okay, as a markup. I won't go into that just yet. I'm going into the entry that we had today. Okay, so let's just say you missed an entry here or you didn't have an entry here. Okay, because price violated your zone. Okay, that's fine. At that point, we just need to adapt. We just need to see what's going on, what price intends to do. Okay, because at this point, right, don't just think, okay, we've now broken structure now, we're just gonna continue to the downside. Okay, you have to just wait till price tells you what it wants to do. Okay, so at this point, right, we can see an SMS, a BMS, and a major BMS. Okay, I'll just label it again like I said. Right, so SMS, BMS, major BMS. Oh. Okay, so just staying very, very systematic in everything that I'm doing here. Okay, and if you just play price, we can clearly see this intention for higher prices. Okay, you can clearly see this intention for higher prices. Okay, and we've got this level right here. Okay, whereby there's liquidity right above it. Okay, it's near the extremity of the move which caused the major BMS. Okay, and now it's just a case of how price comes back to this level. Okay, so we've got this nice corrective price action, with no real intention of price turning bearish. Okay, coupled with everything that we've already seen. Okay, we've seen our SMS, BMS, major BMS. We've seen the liquidity. Now we're seeing this. If I just play a bit more, we can see. If I just get this right, there's no intention here for price to turn bearish. Okay, so price delivery is another confluence. Okay, we come down here. create this liquidity. We then, basically what this is doing is SMC, so smart money, we're looking to buy from in this zone, okay, in this demand zone, okay, again, valid demand zone if you want to see it that way. And you know what, they'd probably be in a little bit of a profit if they did take this trade from, you know, let's say 1 minute or wherever they took the trade from, okay. And then look what happens to them. They get taken out, completely taken out, okay. And people that were buying here still not tagged in yet, okay. More liquidity is being built up and built up and built up, okay. Now this literally just happened not that long ago. So if you're going to just take this trade from a 15-minute standpoint, okay, stops below, and let's just target 5%. 5%. It'll be tagged in, and you're going to hit a TP in literally in about 2.5 hours. Okay. Now, my entry would have been slightly different. Okay, but I don't want to go into it exactly. But my entry would have been somewhere here. Okay, which would have grossed at around 10% basically, 10%, right? So obviously again, if we had just target 5%, we would have hit 5% in literally an hour, basically, just over an hour, right? So it just goes to show planning ahead, right? And just adapting as the market moves, okay? Because obviously your weekend breakdown, that's just going into the week, you know, just to give you some clarity, okay? And, you know, if you manage to get into a buy here, sorry, not there, a buy here, okay, to catch this initial move, then perfect. If you didn't, that's completely fine because there was an opportunity today, okay? So you just have to stay adaptive, you know, just make sure you flow with the markets, okay? Don't just have one bias in mind, okay? Just because price breaks one structure, because a lot of people, when they would have seen, you know, this break, they would have been bearish at that point, okay? But we have to see what price goes on and does after that, okay? And just stay very, very adaptive, okay? So yeah, I just thought I'd come on here and just do that quick little video, you know, just to talk through the processes of, you know, getting into this trade. If you did get into this trade, if you did manage to get in, then well done. If you didn't, just learn from it. You know, this is how you learn. This is how you learn. You know, every missed opportunity you can learn from. Every loss you can learn from. Every winner you can learn from. Every break even you can learn from. Every swerve you can learn from. You can just learn from everything. And once you become like a sponge, you know, you're literally learning regardless of what happens. And that's the main thing. Okay? So I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, give it a like, give it a share. And if you've not already done so, subscribe to this channel.